Hello everyone, welcome here. My name is O-Sheena. I am sharing my fall TBR in this video. It is still very warm out, so I'm okay with that though. Summer is my favorite season, so that's fine, but fall is definitely full of vibes, and I like to participate in the vibes. So I picked a big stack of books that have the fall vibes, or they don't, but I just want to read them. So for me, fall is September to November. Even though technically it's like end of September to like end of December-ish. Who even cares? Okay, so let's just do this. So a lot of these books are from the library because I don't have a ton of like fall-ish books on my TBR, but I'm also trying to like get my TBR to 0. So it's gonna be a mix. I hope that I can read all of these books, honestly. I tried to be realistic. 3 months, I think I can do it if I actually read these books, but we'll see. So let's start. I have these books. So here is The Inheritance Games. I recently read this book. I forget. Okay. This will be in a reading vlog. This was actually a recommendation from you guys, and it's one of the ones that I pulled from my little recommendation jar. So I have already read this, and now I want to read the whole series. So I am missing the second book. It's still in transit in my library, but the second book is the Hawthorne Legacy, I want to say. The Hawthorne Legacy, and then the third book is The Final Gambit, and then the fourth book is The Brothers Hawthorne. So I know like there's an original trilogy and then she's continuing it. So I mean, I have these books, I'll probably read them unless it starts to get boring, but let's hope that it doesn't. So those are the first books that I'm hopefully going to be reading like throughout September and October is the plan. Okay, I'm going to continue with young adult. I've showed this book so many times, but it's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I actually own this book. It's pretty beat up. It's an old library copy, but I own this, I want to read it, and it's just going to be like hopefully a quick, fun young adult book, young adult series that I can read this fall. Hopefully just a quick, nice trilogy to get into that is kind of the fall vibes. I know it's a murder mystery. I don't know much about it. I know there's a TV show as well, so I would like to check it out. I mean, I have this book, so I can see if I like it, and then we'll continue possibly. But she also has quite a few books. I've never read anything by Holly Jackson's on my TBR, so if I read it, that will actually accomplish my mission of getting my TBR to 0 as well. Okay, a super fall vibe book is Invitation. So this is a novella collection, but I think it's all one series. So it's the Harbingers series. This is cycle 1. So I don't know much about this book. I think there's 4 books in this series, and all 4 of these authors write a novella for the book. I don't know if they're like completely standalone or if they build into each other. I don't know. But Invitation is the first book. The authors are Bill Myers, Frank Peretti, Angela Hunt, and Alton Gansky. Why is that hard to say? But Frank Peretti is in this. That's why I want to read this. The other authors don't really interest me, but Frank Peretti does. So that's why I want to read this book, and I own it. So I want to get it off my TBR. Yeah, this is going to be weird. So there's 4 characters we're following, and I think each novella follows one of the characters as the lead, but then they all end up coming together. So one is Brenda, the street hustling tattoo artist who sees images of the future. One is the professor, the atheist ex-priest ruled by logic. Then Andy, the professor's brilliant but geeky assistant who sees inexplicable patterns. And then Tank, the naive, big-hearted jock with a surprising connection to a healing power. So that's all like quite supernatural, but this is Christian fiction. I'm gonna reserve judgment, but I'm kind of like freaked out by that. So I don't know, I think this will be quite interesting. So maybe I'll put it in a video or something, but yeah, this is definitely on the TBR. I think it matches the vibes perfectly. Another book that matches vibes is Dark Justice by Brandilyn Collins. This is not like I think it's a thriller. Would you call it a thriller? Yeah, I don't know, but it's about cyber terrorism, I think. Okay, listen to this author's note. While this story is fictional, it is based on the terrifying reality that terrorists could target America's electrical grid. That's freaky. So she's trying to be as realistic as possible. I think this is gonna be quite interesting. Hopefully it's written well, but yeah, we'll see. Can we put a little bit of romance in there too? I would love it. Okay, you guys already know these books are on the TBR. So this is book 2 and 3 of the Mirror Harbor novel trilogy. Yeah. A Seaside Wonder and then Wedding at Sea. You guys, it's one of those things. Like I did this with the first book too. I put it off for a whole year and then I loved it, gave it 5 stars. Why did I wait so long? Same with these books. I'm waiting I own them. What am I waiting for? I don't know. But yeah, very excited to get into these. I think I'm going to love them. Everyone raves about this series and these books. So I want to get on that train. I want to do it too. So yeah, these are definitely on the TBR. Another kind of one that you already know, A Lady in Attendance by Rachel Fordham. This is fall coded, okay? Look at that scenery. It's so cute. So yeah, this is going to be romance. I think it follows like a dentist. I think she's a dental assistant. Am I making that up? Yeah, okay. Dental assistant. She is. Okay, so that's gonna be interesting. In the 1898, almost 1900s. Okay, that's fine. But anyways, very, very pretty scenery here. Okay, a thriller that I got from the library. I don't know if I'll get to this, but I'll just show it. It's called Thicker Than Water by Megan Collins. I just thought the premise sounded interesting. So it's about Julia and Sienna, their sisters-in-law. So one of them is married to the other's brother, connected by Julia's husband and Sienna's brother, Jason. To Sienna, her protective brother can do no wrong, and although Julia knows he's not perfect, they've built a comfortable life and family together. So when his boss is found brutally murdered, his lips are sewn shut. I forgot about that. Ew. So if this gets gory, I don't want to read it. We'll see. And then a few days later, Jason gets into a car accident and goes into a coma. Okay. So now they're trying to figure out who killed the boss. Did Jason purposefully get in a car accident? And now these sisters-in-law have to like figure that out. I don't know. It just sounded maybe that I could like it. I don't know. It sounded like kind of action-y, but also like suspense-y and, you know. So yeah, I don't know anything about this author. I don't even know where I heard about this book. I just like look on my library for thrillers and I read a little bit about them, and this is the one that stood out the most. So I requested it and here it is. Okay, you guys. So now some books that I don't have, but so If the Boot Fits by Karen Witemeyer. I would also like to read this book sometime this season because the third book of this like companion trilogy, or I don't even know if they're companions, but in this universe, I guess, is coming out in December. So I'd like to read this one before that comes out. This is like fairy tale retellings, but set in Texas and set like kind of in the Wild West or whatever. So yeah, I would like to see if I can read this one. I don't know. It's not like a huge priority, but I will try if I have the time. Ooh, another one is What We Hide by Colleen, Coble, and Rick Acker, I want to say. So this is a new suspense novel. I was going to say romantic suspense. I don't know if there's romance in it. Let's hope. But I've heard pretty good things about it, and I think the second one recently came out, so I do have the audiobook for the first one, and yeah, it's called What We Hide, so I definitely want to see if I could like this. I really liked her Annie Peterson trilogy, so that's why I think that I could like this book. Okay, then I'm gonna put The Sisters of Seaview by Julie Klassen on my fall TBR. I have not had any want to pick it up, but it's on my neck alley, and it's been there for like, I mean, since it was released, like what, 2 years ago? So yeah, it's big, and I've heard that it's mostly about sisters and not romance, and that there's a lot of characters, and it's like not her best. So I was like, I don't want to read it then, like I probably won't like it, but it's on my neck alley, and it's, I don't know. We'll see. It is in my library. I'll probably get it as a physical book and read it that way, because reading like a long ebook when it's historical, just like, no, I can't do it. So yeah, I've heard mixed things about this series, so I don't know. Okay, and then if you guys remember my very first video where I was reading books my subscribers recommended to me. Oh, the second book that I pulled. The first book was The Naturals, but the second book that I pulled was the Nightingale by Kristin Hannah, and I freaked out. I was like, no way, I do not want to read this book. But I did look on my library, and there were like over 100 holds on the Nightingale, and I thought, okay, it's gonna take weeks for it to come in. I'll request it now and see. Okay, so it should come in sometime this season, and I'll just like read it. I won't necessarily like, I think I'll take it out of this jar and just like make a whole separate video for it. Maybe, we'll see, because yeah, I just think it's so funny, and it also like fits this season quite a bit because it's like historical. I know it's a World War II retelling, I think. I've heard that it's devastating. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but so many people like it. It's people that I wouldn't think would like it. So yeah, I'm putting it on the TBR. We'll see when it comes in, and you will see my thoughts. Okay, moving on to brighter and happier things. I'm putting The Match and the Enemy by Sarah Adams on here. They recently were republished by a publisher, so they're not self-published anymore, and my library has both of them physically. So I did get The Match, The Match, I think back in July, but I just wasn't in the mood to read it, so I gave it back, and now there's a ton of holds on it. So I've re-requested it, and I've requested The Enemy, and hopefully they come in before the end of the year, and I'll just have like something kind of light and fluffy to break up some of this historical that I'm reading. So yeah, I want to see how they go. These are like clean closed door books, which is why I want to read them, because we're running out of those with Sarah Adams. I don't know. She has a new book coming out. I think Beg, Borrow, or Steal is the name, and it comes out, I think, next year sometime, either February, March, April, something like that. And I don't know. It comes after Practice Makes Perfect, and I did not like Practice Makes Perfect because there was too much content that walked the line for me. But this duology should be completely closed door and not walk the line. So that's why I want to read it. Okay, and then I think the very last book, I think I've gone through every single one on this list. The last book, I don't know if I'll get to this, but I'm going to put For a Lifetime by Gabrielle Meyer on here, because I just think that if I want to put it in another video, maybe I will. I'll just keep it on my radar. I will read it eventually. I don't know if I'll get to it this year. We'll see. The year's almost over, it feels like, but it's not. But like, it kind of is. When I'm like planning my months out, I'm like, there's not that much time left. Like, what do I do? So we'll see. But yeah, that'll be the last book on this TBR. So there's all the books. Here's all the ones that I actually have. I think I already took a picture, but yeah. Plus a whole bunch of other ones. So yeah, it's just kind of a pile of possibilities, and maybe, you know, options for you as well. But I will be doing a fall recommendation video too. I don't know what order all this is going in. I'm doing some bulk filming because the next couple weeks, all of September and October really, but September for now, are gonna be crazy. So I don't know when I'll have time to make videos. So I'm bulk filming today. So yeah, you'll see some videos from me. I'm glad I have the time today to film. So thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I will write all of the books down below, and let's see. You know what? If you want to pick like your top 2 books from this list that you would want to see me read, either for a video or just for a wrap up, then I would love to hear that. So if you want to write some books down below in the comments from this list that you would love to see me read, or you think I would really like, let me know. If it's the Nightingale, are you sure about that? But anyways, thank you for watching this. I really love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being so kind, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.